know about y'all guys, I watched that and I'm going, man, we have been doing this a long time. It's been 2.5 years, but we look like kids back then. I've grown up. Thank y'all guys for coming out once again. I hope I can answer some questions and be exciting and not be absolutely boring and idiotic. So, do we have any questions to start it out? Anybody curious about anything that they didn't get a question to ask our creator, Kripke, or wanted to shoot my way specifically? Anybody? I see waving hands, but I know it's not. Right on. Are y'all having a good time? How many people are from the area just drove in? That means the rest actually made a trip here, huh? Wow. Thank y'all guys. I mean, obviously thank people who are locals here as well. But thank y'all for coming out to see us guys, you guys. My mom's an English teacher, so she wouldn't be happy if I didn't. Don't tell her. Which side? Which side? I'll start with that.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Jared. I'm Ann.
Hi there, Ann.
I love the very supernatural Christmas episode.
I did too.
And the kids were great, but I was wondering if you guys coached them at all, because they had your mannerisms down really well.
You know, we did not coach them at all. They just really looked for these kids. I mean, obviously, young Dean had been used before, but they just found these kids that really were fans of the show and knew us. And apparently, on set, they had the exact same relationship that Jensen and I do on set. So it wasn't just like on camera, they were goofing around, but then on offset, you know, they'd call cut and they'd be kind of playing pranks with the crew guys. So it was really cool. And they had some really good ideas about the show, and they were kind of talking about the character. And I was like, it's a good idea. I was like, I'm going to claim that as my own whenever I say it.
So you were able to meet each other then?
We did meet each other and talk a little bit, but we didn't really coach them. I mean, I knew there's a pretty rigorous casting schedule for the Supernatural show, especially. I know they look in LA, they look in Vancouver, they accept tapes, so they see a lot of people for the characters. And I knew that it was going to be big to cast young Sam and Dean, so I figured whoever they would have cast would have been, you know, home run, which they were. So.
It was an amazing episode, and congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you so much.
Jared, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Two quick little questions.
Okay.
Number one, were you and Jensen at the SAG Awards back in January?
No, we were not. I don't know when the SAG Awards was. Do we really?
We do.
No way, that's too funny.
Every time I show this film, there's somebody that goes, that is not. But you weren't there.
I promise I wasn't there. When were the SAG Awards?
January.
I think I was actually in Austin with some of you guys. And then I went from there to London.
All right, now that's freaky.
It is freaky. Just goes to show you.
The episode Born Under a Bad Time.
Yeah. I just saw some magic.
At the end, when Sam was being dispossessed or whatever, that scream, is that you, or is that like Memorex or something?
It is me.
Ouch.
But it's put through, it's me, but it's put through some sort of synthesizer, or it's put through some vocal changes by our effects guys. But here's a funny, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but the scene originally ends with me getting burned and kind of coming to and going, you know, what's going on? And Dean looking at me like, you know, is it you again? But he decided to add a punch. And it turned out pretty funny, so I liked it. He was like, you know what, I'd punch you if you just got there. And then so the reaction of, why'd you just punch me? But that was a lot of fun. They allow us to sort of play. And it was a lot of fun for me to play a demon. I hope I get to do it again. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. In the bad day of
Yeah.
it was very edgy when Bella's riding off for your ticket. Benson says his famous line where Dean says it says, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Did you guys turn away from laughing so many times?
That was Jared laughing. We had done it, it was a oner. I don't know if y'all remember the shot, but we're kind of battle worn and trudging down the great way. And our Steadicam operator is fantastic. Is doing this long, hard Steadicam shot. We have you know, people holding boom mics and people holding flags to give us lighting. And it's just this big orchestra of 50 people doing things at the same time, have to work out perfectly. And so the very end of the take, it wasn't scripted. We're just supposed to watch it drive by and then look at each other, and I'm kind of like, you got what you deserve. And then he goes, son of a bitch! And I was like, if I ruin this, they're going to string me up. And so I had to turn away.
Good?
I'll live.
I guess we're back to normal now, huh? No good luck, no bad luck. Oh! Forgot, we're at $46,000. Almost forgot about the scratch tickets. Son of a bitch!
What I want to do is just bust out, and then it's like, all right, going back to one. I think our Steadicam operator might have crushed me or something.
It was very funny.
It was funny. It was funny. Thank you. You could have scripted that. Hi.
I was just wondering, when you first started getting into this, did you ever, you know, you're running into celebrities and that kind of thing, did you ever do anything really embarrassing that you might wear your cup off?
Like running into celebrities? Or just in general? Because I assure you, I've done plenty of embarrassing things in general. I'm not sure. I remember there are a few times, I'm more that way with musicians than I am with other actors, because I like to consider myself an actor. I'm like, so I understand the craft, but musicians, I'm like, duh. But I remember I was at maybe the Golden Globes or one of the after parties, and I saw Tom Hanks, and I was like, he is fine. I'd love to have a career like that. I love his work. I think he's fantastic. I think he's a classy individual. I like the way he conducts his business. Scared me. But so I remember seeing Tom Hanks, and luckily it was a private moment of kind of just sitting there, you know, slack jawed. But I remember thinking later, like if someone was watching, they would have thought I was an absolute little fangirl. Thank you.
Hi, Jared.
Hi.
I just found out, apparently you answered this at the breakfast, but I know some of us weren't there, so I'm asking anyway. Sorry, guys.
Well, you breakfasters have.
Yeah, sorry. You get it twice. In Mystery Spot, there's that amazing scene in the diner, you know, where Sam knows everything Dean's going to say,
Yeah.
and it's kind of that synchronized scene, and I want to know, like, how you filmed that and if you overdubbed. And of course, the follow-up question is, you know, we know Sam Winchester wears makeup, and, you know, Sam Winchester tries to whisper text. Why? Keep a ruler by his bed.
I don't know. Maybe someone else can answer me that question. There are youth in the audience here.
guys shirtless in many different episodes. Ow! I was wondering, is there like a significant time when you guys got those, and do you have any more tattoos that we're going to be seeing?
I have one. Well, that was, funny note, I don't know, some of y'all probably know this, maybe it's not interesting, but Justin Bella was actually filmed before Mystery Spot, but because of the strike and because we didn't know what was going to happen to the show, with the fate of the show, with the fate of the business in general, it had to air last because it left more of a cliffhanger with the introduction of Lilith than, because we didn't know if we were going to be able to add more episodes to the season, and so there was some sort of cliffhanger to Justin Bella. Anyways, that was just something added for that show, and we will have those, I guess, if we have to do some more shirtless scenes. But none more than I know of yet. None more than I know of yet. I do not. I'd like some, but I do not yet. Do you? I'm not going to ask where. Hi.
Michelle. I have props, actually.
That's scary. Is it the shapeshifters from the SAG Awards?
I think. It might be Geraldina. It's a behind-the-scenes picture that we found, and there has to be an interesting story about it.
Is there? Yeah, can I? I'll hold it up. Is there a giant meat?
There's the wide one.
Yes, there is.
And the close one.
I'd like to say it's not me, but the honest is insurmountable. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that was. I wish I had some great explanation for why I'm wearing pink. I'm just going to say I lost a dare or something. Yeah, that's it. I lost a dare. Every now and again, we kind of get goofy on set. It keeps the spirit high. I don't even know where you found these and have them. Back.
No.
Oh, good. I'll destroy them. Good. That was Geraldine. Yeah. That's funny that you found it. Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, Jared. I'm Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Thank you so much for all entertaining and giving us such a great show.
Thank you for being entertained.
I have a question for you. It's not about the show, even though I know we want it to run for maybe 10 years, but professionally,
Sure.
where would you see yourself within the next 5 to 10 years?
Where do I, or where would I like to see myself?
Where would you like to
I would like to be working. I mean, it sounds like it's a cliche or something, but the trends of the business and the trends of, so when it rains it pours, you know that saying. I just want to keep busy. I want to keep working. Ideally, doing movies where I can kind of determine my own schedule. Obviously depending on what happens with the show, because we're doing the show until it's done. But beyond that, I'd like to do some movies so I can spend time with my fiance, who will be my wife. I better be nice to her as well as be around here. I'll find you. So hopefully doing movies and doing work that I'm excited about. I mean, someone asked me one time what role I'd like to play, and the answer is every role. There's nothing specific I want to do. I want to just keep on telling stories and hopefully entertaining people. So this has been a real blessing having people that are actually interested in the show, and hopefully we can keep on doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
What's your favorite word?
You. Cookie.
Okay, and your least favorite word?
No.
And my favorite question, and Eric answered it, and cursing like a sailor throughout the rest of the camp.
What's my favorite curse word? If there are minors, come here.
No,
I'd have to say... Probably the one that starts with S and ends with hit. Very expressive, and descriptive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jensen was talking about how hard it was. Did you behave yourself?
I did. Yeah, that was one of the few times where I begrudgingly decided to behave myself. That was such an intense scene, and Jensen really went there and did a great job. This is the finale of last year. I mean, I didn't get to see what he was doing, but I got to hear. And actually, I mean, you really, it's so hard to just hold your breath or trying, because I was really like trying to look dead for him. I was like, look dead so he can kind of pretend to himself that you are dead. And he really went there. He really committed and knocked it out of the park, I think. So I did behave myself. It was actually hard to not kind of tear up at what was going on because I could hear him in a lot of pain. So I did behave myself then. That was a one time.
Start again, or?
We block shot that, which I don't know, for those of you who aren't familiar with block shooting. Usually when you shoot a scene, let's say I'm talking to Dean, it'll be, you know, a master establisher of some sort, and then my coverage and closer, and his coverage and closer. But since we have so many scenes in similar areas, like on the bed, in the bathroom, and the diner, we block shot it for interest of time, because if we would have gone, you know, scene 21 on him, scene 21 on me, scene 23 on him, scene 23 on me, scene 27 on him, scene 27 on me, then it takes a long time. And like our crew is amazingly efficient, and our cinematographer is fantastic, and he's very quick, and that's the only way we can make this show for any budget, because they're very good at what they do, but just the logistics of having to move a bunch of lights this way, and move a bunch of lights back that way, and, you know, clear out Video Village over here, it just would have taken, in time alone, you know, no one in the world could have done it faster than adding 3 or 4 hours to the day. So I think at the beginning of the day, Kim Manners probably came up and was like, hey, you block shoot this, you're out 3 hours earlier. We're like, we're block shooting. And it's hard as an actor because you have to, you know, you usually try and get into the mindset of the scene. But Kim Manners, who directed the episode, who we love obviously, gave us time in between each scene to say, listen, this is what just happened, this is what you're thinking, this is what's about to happen. And you kind of sit there with it, and then you go. But it was tough. Block shooting is tough. Glad it turned out. Thank you.
How would you play Dean?
I think it'd be a lot of fun, actually. I think there just might be. I certainly don't know any secrets, and I certainly don't presume to say what Cricky will do. But I think that would be an interesting thing to do. I think it'd be a lot of fun to play Jensen, like a face-off style episode. I mean, I guess the closest we've done is him getting possessed and me getting possessed and having to play someone that's not your character. But that'd be a lot of fun. I think I'd go back and, you know, study some of his scenes and study some of his episodes that were heavier Dean episodes, like Kids Are All Right. Because we have episodes that are very Sam heavy, episodes that are very Dean heavy, and then kind of mixture episodes. So I'd probably have to go back and study some of his stuff. And then I'd just make a lot of stupid faces like he does. Something like, woo, woo. That's kind of how he plays scenes, so I Jensen! Yeah, stupid faces. Thank you.
Hi, Jared.
Hi there.
Hi. I actually have a question about getting into character with Sammy.
Okay.
Is there like a certain facet of Sammy's character that like helps you to grow as an actor, that's harder to portray on screen than other parts of it, or?
Of course. I mean, a lot of parts of Sammy. It was very tough. It was very weird because I'd done Gilmore Girls for 5 years, and so you really used to, yeah, great show. But you get really used to playing that character, and so it's easy to just go, oh yeah, I'm here. But then I think the initial transition was what was most tough. But now that I'm sort of in the machinery of playing Sam and, you know, doing it day in and day out, it's pretty easy to pop back into it. But obviously, under certain circumstances that occur in the show Supernatural, it's really tough, i.e., you know, mystery spot, or, you know, struggling about your possible demon heritage is never easy to go, oh, I can just pull from this, you know? You usually try and find, I don't remember who said it, but I think Inside the Actors Studio, one of the actors said, I think it was Johnny Depp, said that in order you don't want to play anything, you have to be able to find the truth. You have to be able to relate to it. Otherwise, what do you have? You know, you're just playing make-believe as opposed to making it real. And so that's always tough to try and find the part of Jared's history that's scared of his anti-demon whatever. But the whole show has been a big growing experience.
Yeah, and is there like a certain like side of Sammy that you like to play more? Like
I love to play Sammy's bad side. I love the Sammy. I love it because it's against his nature, and that's what's fun to me. That's what, like De Niro said, that when someone's about to cry, they never go, but they fight it. And so I like seeing the juxtaposition, or the, you know, fighting against his nature. I love that. Plus, it was a lot of fun. One Under Bad Side was a lot of fun to be bad. And,
it was a good episode.
Thank you. Got myself in around. Good question. Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm Sam.
So you've done a lot of, you did House of Wax, and I heard you just designed for Friday the 13th.
I have.
Genre, is that what's being offered right now, and if you could do any sort of genre, what would you do?
Both. Those are a lot of questions. The first question, which I think was, what was the first part of that question? The first question is, there a reason, I guess, I'm erring to horror, and is it out of choice or out of sort of, that's what's being thrown my way? And it's a combination of both, and almost referring to the earlier question of what would you like to be doing. I mean, I can sit up here all day and talk about, I'd love to do Lawrence of Arabia, then I'd love to do Good Will Hunting, then and talk about these great movies and classic movies that, oh, it'd be so fun to do this, or a comedy, or blah, blah, blah. But the industry goes in certain trends, and I am a huge fan of the horror genre. I love scary movies. I love scary TV shows. I love kind of getting scared. There's something about watching a scary movie or a scary show that gets you out of your world beyond anything else. You know, I can sit there and watch Friends or something and still be thinking about, I gotta do laundry. If I'm sitting there scared that someone's in the house and everything, it takes over your brain. I love being transported into another world. So I'm a fan of the genre, plus that happened to work out perfectly. You know, I get to film in Austin, where my sister graduates this year, where I'm close to my family in San Antonio, close to my brother in Dallas, who's having a kid. So it seemed to work out perfectly. And then there was another thing.
What genre would you like to do in the future?
Oh, you know what? I think I'd like to do a drama. Maybe a war movie. And obviously a Western. I got 5 genres. All genres. I guess if I could have a choice, I'd love to do a Western right now. Thank you. Son of a bitch. No wonder your mic's going out. I stole it. No wonder your mic's going out. Here's some pictures for you.
What do we have here? Well, I look huge in that one.
Yeah. I'm going to pass the mic over to Dean.
I look fantastic in that one.
Dean, my ass.